Martech has a really wide range in cost, certainly for the software, but also you have to recognize that software is only a part of the equation, and is also making sure that you have the investments in the talent, the people, developing the process around actually harnessing the value of that Martech. But what's really exciting is, so if you've seen that crazy Martech map of like all these different Martech solutions, 10 years ago, there was a relatively small number of Martech choices out there, and many of them were pretty expensive. But because software has become so much easier to build and create and bring to market, this past 10 years, part of what we've seen in that explosion of all these different Martech products out there is many of them are becoming highly competitive, on a cost value performance curve. So if you're a small business and you're just getting started and you want a Martech that can help you engage with customers better digitally, but your budget's modest, you actually have a lot of choices out there today. So Martech doesn't have to be expensive. So the answer is, it depends. Martech stacks have, again, like the Martech landscape, Martech stacks have a really wide range. You don't even need necessarily a stack. Again, if you're a small business, if you're just getting started with digital marketing, it may simply be that you have, one person in marketing who's like working with one of those, simpler or more affordable tools. And yeah, quite frankly, there isn't a lot of technical work required to use that. Most of the work is from the marketing side of figuring out, okay, how do you want to use it? What's the content you're delivering to customers? What's the way you want to nurture them, on your website or through email or SMS? That being said, as businesses grow larger and as they get more and more sophisticated with all the different technologies and tools they're using, then you can start to have more technical savvy required to figure out how all the pieces fit together. In some cases, actually, a lot of businesses, as they get more sophisticated, they're not just buying off-the-shelf tools. They might also be developing, some either customizations to those tools, or they might be creating an app of their own that sort of plugs into that stack, to do something very special and unique to their business. And so as you start to get more and more sophisticated there, yes, you will want technical people who are a part of that. But boy, when you're getting started, it is not so much a technical challenge as, again, making sure whoever's running this from the marketing side, really has the talent for engaging customers. Oh, goodness. I feel the exact opposite. All this technology, all these new channels, all these new ways in which customers are interested in engaging with us, to me, this has dramatically expanded the canvas upon which marketing can create really amazing experiences, really, unique ways of, developing relationships with customers, of, defining their brand. Again, Martech, like frankly, anything else, that you buy as a tool or an input into marketing, it's just an ingredient into the recipe. I mean, the magic is with you as the marketer, as the chef of, okay, given all these ingredients, what is the delightful meal that I am able to create? And to me, marketing technology is just giving you a wider set of ingredients that are available to you. For a creative marketing chef, the world is your oyster. I would say the danger is if for some reason you think the Martech, oh no, it just has to be used this one way and it's very restrictive and I just have to follow the same pattern that everyone else follows. That would be a mistake. Do not do that. Again, treat these as a palette and canvas in which you can, just create wonderful things. I'm the VP of Platform Ecosystem at HubSpot with like 135,000 customers worldwide, and we are mostly serving B2B marketers. I can pretty easily dispel that myth. I mean, the truth is there are still definitely differences in B2B marketing versus B2C marketing in the sense that, very often, like in B2B, particularly the purchases tend to be larger. They tend to have longer time cycles. Very often there's multiple people who are involved in the decision. In fact, this whole movement around account-based marketing, over the past 10 years was about recognizing that in B2B, you're not just marketing to individuals. You have to kind of think about it as the entire account. And so, yeah, there's a whole bunch of marketing technology and, tactics and, creative solutions that have been developed specifically to help win in B2B. I think where the common layer is, like whether you're purchasing things for yourself as as a consumer, as an individual, or you're purchasing for things in your professional role and, making decisions, with your business. The truth is that these patterns of saying like, okay, well, how do I discover what I want? It's usually like, oh, well, I'm searching for things online. I'm engaging with these websites. I'm, perhaps having, like I subscribe to, perhaps a newsletter or some sort of, other content that I want to get from those vendors I'm interested in. Ideally, I want to be able, even maybe if it's a software, do some sort of online free trial or see it in action. And so it's like all these interactions, whether it's, for us personally or professionally, man, so many of them are happening in the digital space. And so, yeah, that's where, again, marketing technology really helps give marketers the tools to engage with those prospects and customers in that domain. The upside of having this incredibly diverse field of all these marketing technology solutions is actually what we started with. All those vendors are competing with each other to win your business as a marketer. They're competing with each other to provide you the best solution at the best price. And so that's a very good thing to have that, competition if you're a marketer. That being said, yeah, because there are so many out there, the process of, identifying the subset that are relevant to you, going through a process of evaluating and picking one, yeah, it's challenging. My recommendations, well, a couple things. First, don't be looking for the perfect MarTech. Again, all of these MarTech solutions are tools, and like 80 or 90% of the success, the outcome, isn't going to be from the tool. It's going to come from you as the marketer and what you're doing with these tools, and then for that 10 or 20%, that, you do need functionality from these tools. Economists call this satisficing. It's like not necessarily looking for the best possible solution in the entire universe and settling for nothing less, but saying, hey, can I find a tool that does what I need? If it satisfies my need, it gives me the capability I want, it does it at a price that is attractive to me, then yeah, actually that's more than sufficient to like, okay, well, let's get started and start using this and deliver results. More practically, a great thing to do is, if you have, peers, that I always recommend, talking to others in your industry, others in your geography. What are the tools they use? What are the ones they like? There's a lot of review sites out there that you can do searches to say like, oh, well, what are the best tools here for like an SMB versus, if I'm more of a mid-market, or enterprise company, it's a different tool set. And so, yeah, you can usually narrow down, a range pretty quickly. And the best thing is so many of these products now offer either like a free trial or almost like a freemium plan where you could get started to actually use the software for a bit. And then if you're happy with it, upgrade to a more professional version. I highly recommend doing that when you can, because yeah, for all the wonderful marketing and sales efforts that happen in MarTech, nothing beats actually being able to put your hands on the software itself and saying, oh, is this easy to use? Do I get this? Do I like it? Will it do the uses I want? That's, yeah, just a great way to approach it.